Hey guys, Keith, Tyler, anybody else, thank you guys so much for giving us a call to come look at the security camera system there at Lake Village Baptist Church. We're so honored to be asked to do this, and so we think we can offer you a much better updated system than what you presently have. That's going to be more dependable, but then also give you a much higher resolution image and a lot more intelligence built into the cameras themselves. So let's switch over and I'll show you what we're looking at here. So this is our proposal that we're getting ready to send off to you, and I'll just take you line by line. The first thing on here is dome cameras. So the reason that we're splitting this up, we're doing 16 dome cameras because anywhere that has a, let me take you over here to the images, anywhere that has a drop ceiling, let me see, right here we go. Anywhere that has a drop ceiling like this that has flush lighting, flush mounted lighting, we want to do a dome camera. It's going to be a lot better aesthetically and be just more appropriate for that room. And anywhere that's there are some rooms that are actually sheetrock though that have surface mounted lighting, and we can't do that in those locations because well, that's not it, but we have to get below the here we go. Yeah, so like this, we have to get below the lighting and the, in this case, a ceiling fan, and so it doesn't work everywhere, but in the places that we can, we want to do a dome camera mounted to the ceiling, a kind of a mini dome, but they are 1080p with the 2.8 millimeter fixed lens, which is the same as what you have in your current bullet cameras. These have the Light Hunter illumination technology from UniView, which gives you much better imaging via IR in the dark. And then we're going to do 18. The reason it's we're going to end up with 34 cameras because Tyler had expressed there was a couple of locations where there might be a camera in the future because of kids' activities going on in certain rooms, and so we went ahead and put 2 extra cameras. You notice the cameras are the same price. The dome and the bullets are the same price, so they can easily, if we need to do, I couldn't remember which wasn't necessary, but we can swap those out if we need to. But basically the rest of them outside, and then the ones where we can't use a dome, we've got the same bullet style that you have, and we've got 18 of those. Next thing is 64 channel NVR. It's a 12 megapixel, it's possible of 12 megapixel recording, 64 channels. It'll hold 8 SATA hard drives, and has RAID protection and all of that. Now we've got 4. The next thing that is we've got 4 8 terabyte hard drives for that. That should give us, with 34 channels of HD video, especially if you're running it where it records on motion instead of all the time, then you should have probably a few weeks of recording going on there. And of course you've got 4 more bays for expansion if you need to and want a longer record time. Next thing I've got here is 4. These are wall mounted, they're outdoor rated, but they're an surge protector for network cables. So our network with PoE actually passes through these little boxes, and it gives us surge protection, especially with the outside cameras, outdoor cameras. I know y'all get some pretty nasty weather out there on the lake, but so this will give us surge protection on all the zones that we're creating. And and then the next thing in the line here are our switches. Now I use the word zone because there's the outdoor, there's the sanctuary, there's upstairs, downstairs. So we've got 4 different zones that we want to create using these 16 port PoE switches, and creating these different zones makes it a lot more, it makes it easier to troubleshoot, makes everything run much more efficiently, gives us fewer runs back to the NVR. And so it's so creating these 4 zones with these 4 switches, and then it comes back to the one 24 port switch there in the rack with the NVR. And of course we want to add a good 1500 volt 900 watt UPS, so for battery backup, so we have camera and recording in the event of a power outage, but also it gives us a lot of protection back at the rack in case of any surges or anything like that. We've got an inexpensive little 8-space equipment rack, and what this allows us to do is actually not just keep everything arranged and neat, but it also allows us to create spacing between the NVR and the UPS and allow it to breathe, so there's less heat generation instead of just stacking the equipment in there. And then we've got our labor charge, which is the 34 network drops, which is our standard fee per drop, 175 per drop. And so all of that together, I think, is going, in my opinion, is going to give you just about as good as it's going to get these days. It's going to be a huge jump in both resolution, dependability, everything from what you currently have. But as with all of our proposals, everything is very fluid, and we want to work with you. We're not pushing anything on you, we're just suggesting. And if you have any questions, changes, anything that that you need, then you just let us know. Our proposals are fluid, and we want you to end up with what you expect and with what you need to go forward, and with the security camera situation there at Lake Village. So if you have any questions, concerns, or changes, anything like that, you can call us direct, 870-814-0714, or you can email me at jerry@bensberg.tech. All right, thanks again, guys.